Yo, what's up guys, Sasuke Golem here, welcome to this new episode. In today's video, we're gonna be watching how Ryley got number 1 and number 2 in the world on both his accounts using classic lockbait. So I'm very excited to watch these games because I'm a big fan of lockbait, probably one of my all-time favorite decks. And there's gonna be some amazing matches, for example against Ian, and he in total left 5 replays, so I will try to watch all of them. Maybe today's video will be a little bit longer than usual, but I would say let's just hop into the first game, which is gonna be lockbait against Lava Miner. In this case, the bottom will be Hasse playing Lava Miner with Balloon as well. He has Lava Miner, Balloon, Arrow, Zap. He also has an Evo Knight in there, so interesting matchup to be honest. In this case, Hasse starts off with Knight in the back. Ryley decides to go with a Goblin Gang at the bridge on the right side, and then Hasse decides to just zap it away. So this matchup, in my opinion, isn't that easy. Usually lockbait against Lava Loon does pretty decent, but I think especially the version which has like Tombstone, Fireball, Zap, like the Lava Loon, like the typical one, like the OG one. And then this one I think is a little bit rougher because this one has, as I said, like Miner, Arrow, Zap. So let's see how Ryley does it. Looks like both players are kind of waiting, just chilling. And then here Hasse goes with Skellydrax plus Miner. So already kind of aggressive in single here. Let's see how Ryley deals with it. Goes with Tesla in the middle. Goblin Gang to distract the Inferno Dragon. And then hopefully also helps kill those Skellydrax. Okay, so the Spirit Goblins actually go away. So Skellydrax on the right side will be able to get a little bit of damage. Bring down the tower to 3,393 HP. And then Ryley here might pressure. Let's see what he does. Okay, Hasse had a little bit of elixir advantage. He goes with Lava Hound on the right side. Ryley decides to go with Knight at the bridge. And then Hasse went with a Knight immediately at the bridge to block it. I'm guessing he like predicted a Goblin Barrel as well with the Knight. Ryley waited long enough and then now he goes with Goblin Barrel. So he actually decides to ignore it. He's just gonna take the damage. He doesn't even zap or arrows. And then Ryley goes with Princess, Tesla plus Ice Spirit to distract and kill the Inferno Dragon. And then he already cycled his Evil Knight. So we might see it here actually. Let's see what he does. Hasse has the arrows ready. So he might arrow the Princess here. Okay, he doesn't. I'm guessing he's gonna go with Miner. Let's see what he does. Okay, he goes with Miner. And then Ryley actually predicted with the Goblin Gang. That was a really good prediction, Goblin Gang. I'm guessing, well, I think I would have personally went with the Goblin Gang on top of the Princess instead of going on top of the tower. But I guess Ryley knew that he's not gonna mine the Princess. He just straight, went to the tower. Ryley prediction it and then already took down the right side tower with a Knight plus Princess there. Another Princess being played at the bridge. And this Princess is really good. Why? Because Hasse is trying to bake like a really big push from behind. And then forcing out maybe, for example, a Knight or Inferno Dragon to go in front of the Lava Hound could be really good. In this case, he actually decides to take the damage. So Princess on the right side already took a lot of damage. Let's see what he does here, though. Okay, he goes with Rocket on the right side on top of the Lava Hound plus Inferno Dragon. But then now he has to deal with the Knight plus Balloon plus Skelly Dragon. He goes with Tesla, but there's not much elixir. And I'm not sure if he can defend it. Miner is gonna tank the Balloon as well. Yeah, Miner is tanking for the Balloon. Balloon is full HP. He might rocket. No, okay, he's just gonna let the tower go. He goes with Princess plus Ice Spirit to defend the Skellydrax. And then left side tower of Ryley. Well, right side tower for our perspective. Left side tower goes down. And then this situation is gonna be pretty interesting. Both players already dealt a lot of damage to the towers remaining. Like Ryley's tower is at 1,540 HP. And then Hasse's right side tower is all the way down to 1,257. So looks like he goes aggressive. He goes with Inferno Dragon at the bridge. He goes with a Lava Hound. Good thing for Ryley is that the Inferno Dragon is actually being targeted by the Princess Tower. And then here he goes with Evo Knight. Goblin Gang plus Goblin Barrel is being played as well. But Hasse does a good job at defending it. He actually didn't take a single damage. But then Ryley also didn't take a single damage. So both players playing it pretty well so far. Doing good defense. While trying to get damage offensively, but none of them got damage. Another Tesla being cycled. He goes with Ice Spirit, and here we might see pressure. Okay, there you go. He goes with Goblin Barrel plus Goblin Gang in the middle, and then Hasse at the same time went with Balloon, went with Miner. Ryley cycled another Tesla, but the Goblins just got an insane amount of damage, bringing down the tower all the way to 18 HP, so he just needs to wait a little bit for his elixir. Rocket is on his way. Ice Spirit just to make sure they don't take the tower, and then the Rocket will finish it off. So really well played by Ryley. I think that matchup isn't that easy. Usually Lava Loon, in my opinion, is a decent matchup, especially when they have like the Fireball, Zap, Tombstone version. But in this case, he had Miner, he had Arrows, he had Zap, which isn't that easy. So hopping into the second match, we're gonna watch Ryley. This is Ryley as well, but it's his other account. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I guess it's Takuma. I'm not sure, to be honest. And then Ian on the top is running this Miner Quick Cycle with Wallbreaker's Poison deck, which has been pretty popular recently. So this matchup is gonna be very interesting because in my opinion, it's not easy for the lockbait player as well. Like lockbait in general, I feel like is a deck which can beat a lot of matchups like in the meta. but I don't think it's like it's an insanely strong deck. Like I'm not, like I wouldn't say like it's easy for someone to push really high with Lockbait. Like you have to be very, very good at it. And in this case, of course, Ryley, being probably the best Lockbait player, in my opinion, he's the best Lockbait player in the world with it. So let's see what he does against this matchup. Looks like he goes with Goblin Barrel on the left side. Lock is being played, and then he pressures with Goblin Gang with his Knight tanking there. So Ian going with bets, going with Spear Goblins on defense as well. We might see a Lock on top of the Spear Goblins to clean it up. Let's see what he does. Goes with Ice Spirit, and then Lock being played on top of the Spear Goblins. So interesting Knight there. He went with Knight in the back to try and predict the Miner. And then in this case, Ian also pressured with Wall Breakers on the left side, forcing out a Tesla. So kind of a bad spot actually for Ian. I'm just watching like the situation, and he's down on Elixir. He already has a damage disadvantage, and it's gonna be very interesting. Let's see what he does. So Ian has the Knight there, still quite healthy. He might decide to pressure with it. He goes with Bats in the same lane. Then Ryley playing his Goblin Barrel on the left side, and then he goes with a Princess at the bridge. Okay, Princess at the bridge, Lock perfectly timed there to protect the Princess, and then Goblin Gang on the right side. He will, probably have to spend something. Okay, he goes with Wall Breakers on defense. Ryley goes with his own Evo Knight on top of his Evo Knight, and then the Goblin Gang on the right side already got quite a lot of damage. And then I think he might go with a Princess. Okay, he went, wow, that was such a good Princess. I was about to say, he might go with a Princess, knowing that he has bats in cycle. He went with Princess at the bridge, predicting the bats, killed all the bats. Evo Knight is getting onto the tower. He also went with Goblin Gang. He went with Goblin Barrel here, knowing that the Lock is out of cycle. Ian is trying to defend as good as he can, but anyways, he's taking so much damage. Brings down the tower all the way to 1515 HP. Lock is being played as well. Just needs to watch out here with not taking too much damage with, for example, Minor Wall Breakers. In this case, a Minor Bats. Another Princess being played at the bridge. And Princess at the bridge is just so annoying. I feel like Ryley perfectly knows when to get pressure with like Princess at the bridge. Like he, of course, as I said, is insanely good with Lockbait. So we can definitely learn a lot by watching these replays. Ice Spirit plus Knight on defense to defend the Knight. And then here I think Ian might prediction Knight up high for the Princess. Let's see if he does. Yeah, he goes with Spear Goblins. So that's also a good mind game, being a Lockbait player. Like I don't think it's always good to pressure at the bridge with Princess. Of course, many times it is, but then also sometimes it's good to like have them spend a lot of elixir without even doing anything. So Tesla being played on the middle to distract those wall breakers. Knight comes down to try and kill the Evo Knight. And then here I think we might even see a rocket cycle. Like I think at this point of the match we might even see rocket cycle, but let's see what happens. Okay, Princess on the bridge. Nice Goblin Gang on defense to catch the Miner. Another Goblin Barrel being played from Ryley. And then let's see what he does. I feel like it's kind of hard to outcycle his Lock, especially in double and even if it gets to triple elixir. But I guess in this point he doesn't even need to rocket. Like he can just keep playing like he's doing because he has a lot of elixir advantage. Okay, so two Princesses in the field. Nice Lock by Ian. We'll actually catch both of the Princesses. Ice Spirit on defense just to make sure the wall breaker doesn't connect. And then here he goes with a Goblin Barrel, knowing that the Lock is out of cycle. Goblin Barrel will get a little bit of chip damage, brings down the tower to 978 HP. So Ryley actually playing this very passively. I think maybe I would have already tried to rocket cycle him, but I guess as I said, like he has a good elixir advantage, so it's not even necessary. Another minor catch from Ryley with the Knight. Goblin Gang up high to distract the Knight plus his bets. And then here he's selecting the rocket. There you go. First rocket comes down. So as soon as triple elixir hits, knowing that of course in triple elixir he will be able to easily cycle the rocket. He just goes for the rocket right away. While defending the Miner, he already cycles back to another rocket. And then the rocket comes down and that's gonna be GG. So wow, awesome gameplay. I actually thought that was gonna be much harder for Ryley to win. Like he actually won the match with over 2k HP on his tower. Which in my opinion is pretty impressive because that Miner matchup is not that easy. So hopping into the third match, we're gonna watch Ryley, of course, as said, again with the Lockbait. In this case, he's gonna be the top player. Can't really change it in replays. I don't know why sometimes he's on the bottom, sometimes he's on top, but I guess it doesn't really matter that much. And then he's up against Sasuke using a really interesting Golem deck. I don't know why recently a lot of players are putting Evolution Knight in their Golem decks. Like I've seen quite a lot of people do that. So as you guys can see, next card is Golem, and then he has Fireball Zap. I'm not sure he has triple spell. Some people use it with arrows as well. Could be just, Fireball Zap. So interesting matchup here. I'm not really sure how good or how bad of a matchup it is. I guess, okay, yeah, he does have triple spell. So he has Arrow, Zap, and Fireball. I guess that makes it a little bit harder. Let's see what he does. Okay, he goes with Zap on top of the Goblin Gang. Nightwing actually has quite a lot of HP. He needs to go with Ice Spirit. Ice Spirit will end up dying, so he takes quite a lot of damage early on. The good thing for Ryley is that his cycle is kind of awkward. I feel like his cycle with triple spell could be a little bit awkward sometimes. So maybe in some situations, like a princess at the bridge or a good goblin barrel, maybe being tanked with, for example, an ice spirit or a knight can get a lot of damage. So let's see what he does here. Both players are about even on elixir. Ryley decides to go with a goblin barrel. Arrows are in cycle, but he doesn't decide to go with arrows. Okay, interesting decision. So instead of going arrows on defense, he goes with Mega Minion, takes a little bit of damage, and then he just, yeah, wants to keep the arrows. Maybe like here he will play it on top of the princess, or let's see what he does. Okay, he just goes with knight. There you go, arrows on top of the princess. And then the Mega Minion ends up getting one shot on the tower, so nice timing by Sasuke there. Okay, and then Ryley goes with knight plus goblin gang. Let's see if he decides to cycle to his goblin barrel. Okay, he goes with his ice spirit, and then ice spirit will be able to jump on top of the tower, freezing the night witch and also getting some damage on top of the tower. So again, Mega Minion being played on top of the goblin barrel, and then Mega Minion, I guess, does a decent job at defending the goblin barrel, but it just gets so much damage like always. Let's see what he does. He has Fireball ready, so he might Fireball the princess here. Okay, there you go. He goes with Fireball on top of the princess. Ryley instantly pressures with Knight plus Goblin Gang plus E-Spirit, or excuse me, Ice Spirit, and then he also goes with Goblin Barrel on the right side. So good defense by Sasuke. Evo Knight there, plus Sep, plus arrows on the right side. Defends that really well, but Ryley actually does a really good job at pressuring. He outcycles arrows here. He forces out Fireball on defense, and then he has nothing for the Princess. So Princess is gonna get a lot of value. As you guys can see, he has nothing in Cycle, and then the next card is Sep. So that's the good thing about, as I said, this matchup. Like, his Cycle is kind of awkward sometimes. So like, if you take advantage of the the Cycle, you should be able to get a lot of value. He actually missed the arrows there. So one of the Princess stays alive, and then that should be able to get some damage, maybe get more value. In this case, it didn't really get much value because the Knight ended up taking it down. And then he goes with a Goblin Barrel. So he's constantly pressuring with Goblin Barrel, constantly cycling, going with another Knight on defense, Princess on defense as well. And then he finally uses his first Golem. So Ryley instantly pressures the opposite lane. He goes with Ice Spirit, he goes with Goblin Gang, goes with Goblin Barrel on the right side. So like, he's constantly pressuring both sides, forcing out the Elixir on both lanes. And then here he forces out the Sip. And the Goblin Barrel is always getting some type of chip damage. Of course, if he uses arrows or Fireball, he's not. But most of the time, Sasuke is being forced to use, for example, Mega Minion. For example, Sep or any other unit, which is not that good. So let's see how he defends this big push. He has Tesla there, he has Princess on the right side. Knight plus Goblin Gang to try and defend. And then he cycles another Princess. While defending, he also instantly puts a Goblin Barrel, which is actually really important because this way you always force out Elixir, or if he doesn't spend Elixir, you're just gonna get an insane amount of damage because Goblin Barrel, if it's ignored, it gets so much damage. So another Golem being played in the back. So I think Ryley in this situation just needs to continue doing the pressure he's doing, and then also maybe he could try to Rocket Cyclone triple, but I think in this situation he should not yet because his tower is still quite healthy. Like, he still has 1584. So let's see what he does. Okay, Golem is being played. Mega Man plus Night Witch coming down the lane. He cycles another Tesla. Ice Spirit on defense. I'm sorry for the capture card. Hopefully it's gonna get fixed soon. I already had some problems before. Okay, there you go. So hopefully it didn't miss too much from the gameplay. He did a good defense there. Goblin Gang played as well on defense. Evo Knight used, in my opinion, it's insane card right now. One of the best evolution, if not the best evolution in the game. And then E-Barbs go in front of the Golem, so that will be an easy defense from Ryley. Ice Spirit plus Knight plus Tesla is used again. And then as you guys can see, he even has another Tesla ready. He doesn't even need it. In this case, he goes with another Goblin Gang. He goes with another Knight on defense to destruct everything. Two Princes on the field, another Goblin Barrel, perfectly timed. As you guys can see, he has nothing in cycle. Goblin Barrel will end up taking the right side tower. And then, Sasuke sends an emote, but Ryley played that perfectly. I don't think I saw a single mistake. That was such a clean game, so let's hop into the next match. I think let's just watch the last two replays. I think today's video will be a little bit longer than usual, but hopefully you guys don't mind. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and let me know in the comment section down below, excuse me. If you guys would like to see more of these type of videos, I could ask any other player with any specific archetype. For example, one of the best, I don't know, just an example, like Hawk player, one of the best Lava Hound player, anything. If you guys would like to see it, let me know in the comment section down below, and I will try to get it in the future. So hopping into the fourth match. This is the fourth match. So after this, we're gonna watch one more match. It's gonna be Ryley again, with Lockbait, of course, surprise. And then John is actually using this Bridge Spam deck, which has been pretty popular recently. So it's a Bridge Spam deck with Evo Knight in there. He has Magic Archer, kind of a quick cycle actually. Like, it's not insanely quick cycle, but he doesn't have like a really expensive Bridge Spam deck. So, interesting situation. Against Goblin Barrel, or excuse me, Goblin Barrel against Barbell. I think often we can see him play it onto the side. In this case, like if for example the player doesn't see it, if he goes with Barbell like straight on top of a tower in the middle, he's gonna miss one of the Goblins. So maybe later on in this match we will see him miss the Barbell. If the player is like always paying a lot of attention to the Goblin barrels, he shouldn't miss it that often. But sometimes it can get a little bit of chip damage and it's kind of nice. So let's see what he does. He ends up going with Knight, he goes with Goblin Barrel, or excuse me, he goes with Lumberjack plus Magic Archer, and then he goes with his own Knight. There you go, Goblin Barrel being played right now. Goblin Gang to distract the Lumberjack, and then that should be a pretty good defense already. Okay, Ryley tried to activate the King Tower. That was a really nice try. I don't know if you guys know, but there's a placement right now where you can activate the King Tower against Magic Archer without using NATO, without using like any other card. Like sometimes you can do it with an Ice Spirit. You can do it, for example, with a Knight. Maybe he will pull it off later in this match. So both players didn't really got any damage. Both players did play enough Knights to have the evolution ready. As you guys can see, John in this case cycling the Knight evolution from the back. Ryley still holding on to his own Knight. So Goblin Barrel being played, Lumberjack there to try and defend it. Evo Knight on defense for his own Evo Knight. And then Evo Knight should be able to also deal quite a lot of damage. No, it didn't even deal damage to the Lumberjack. I was saying it should also deal some damage to the Lumberjack. Let's see if he activates here. Okay, I think that's the placement. Let's see if he got it. Yeah, there you go. So that's the placement to activate the against Magic Archer. Really, really good pro tip. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it, but that's a really nice interaction to do sometimes against Magic Archer. Like, it's game-changing, to be honest. So yeah, pretty solid start for Ryley. I mean, already 3 minutes have passed. So both players are actually playing pretty well, like defensively. But I think Ryley has a much better situation. Fireball comes down. Fireball was way too early. So that Fireball actually ended up hitting nothing. Didn't even hit the tower. Ryley went with Goblin Barrel right away. Then he goes with his Knight to tank for the Magic Archer. And then here I think we should be able to see some kind of pressure. Let's see what he does. Okay, he goes with another Princess from the back. Then Tesla in the middle to end up killing the Knight. Probably will go with something to distract the Inferno Dragon. Okay, there you go, Goblin Barrel, or yeah, Goblin Barrel being placed offensively, Goblin Gang defensively. And then so far, yeah, nothing much is happening, to be honest. I mean, both players are doing a pretty good job at defending, but Ryley already having the King Tower activated and having Elixir advantage, I think he's, yeah, pretty comfortable in this situation. Another Goblin Barrel comes down. Let's see if he misses it. Okay, he doesn't. So yeah, so far I think he played it perfectly with the Goblin Barrels. Like with the Barbells defending the Goblin Barrel. But sometimes, I think if you guys face a Barbell and you try to switch up the placement, it can end up helping you quite a bit. So Tesla plus Locke to defend the Ram Rider. Evo Knight goes down as well. And then the Magic Archer doesn't have that much HP. I think just the Ice Spirit, or yeah, there you go. Ice Spirit plus Princess Shot will be able to take care of it. And then here the Goblin Barrel again getting some chip damage. So every like type of Goblin damage, like some type of chip damage can get, or can be game changing. So let's see how he defends here. Need to watch out with the Inferno Dragon. Goblin Gang on defense for the Inferno Dragon. Ram Rider does end up going down. And there you guys can see how important the King Tower activation is. Like, King Tower activation in these type of matchups just gets so much value. Like, they just help so much on defense to defend like Ram Riders and defend any type of units. So Goblin Gang actually being placed aggressively there at the bridge. I guess there was a prediction for the Magic Archer just to make sure that the Magic Archer couldn't get like a nice lineup on the Knight. And then again getting chip damage with the Goblin Barrel. Well, perfectly defending. Like, he didn't take any damage. I think the only damage he took was with like one Fireball. And on the left side, I'm not even sure what got damaged. Like, I think it was maybe like a Magic Archer shot or something like that. Another Fireball comes down. This time the Fireball is pretty good. But Locke is in Psycho. Only 10 seconds left. He just needs to get a Rocket down to be able to win the match. Magic Archer lineup does end up getting one shot. But anyways, he has way too much damage advantage to, yeah, lose because of the Magic Archer hit. So as you guys can see, he won it with more than 1000 HP. Damage advantage. So very, very well played. Nice King Tower activation. That was just what I was thinking. Like, maybe he will get it later on the match. And right as I said it, he got it in the next Magic Archer, which was placed. So let's hop into the last match. Today's video is a little bit longer, but hopefully you guys are still watching. If you're still watching, thank you guys so much, by the way, for all the support recently. I've been, yeah, very motivated seeing all the support and growth on this channel. I appreciate it a lot. So yeah, love you guys. Thank you so much. So hopping into the last match, we're gonna watch, of course, Ryley again being the Lockbait player. Lockbait player in this case is gonna be the one on top. And then Arhat has a really strange Golem deck. Like, this player always runs this deck. He's like a one trick, I guess, for a long time using this Golem deck. And he has a very, very expensive Golem deck because he has 3 Musketeers, he has Barbarians, he has Minion Hordes, Scaly Drags. I'm not sure what is the average elixir cost. And oh my god, Ryley just went with a perfect Golem Barrel plus log prediction on top of the skeleton army. So yeah, Elixir Collector goes down, and then Ryley already has so much elixir advantage. He goes with Knight, he goes with Goblin Gang at the bridge, knowing that he doesn't have much elixir. Skeleton Dragons are being played, but the Knight will still be able to get some chip damage, and the Spear Gobs also get a lot of damage on top of the... what's it called? On top of the Skelly Drags, arrows being played, and I think Ryley knows. Yeah, Ryley knows. He goes with the Goblin Barrel, Ice Speared right away at the bridge. I love when I watch Ryley that he perfectly knows when to pressure and like what is the opponent's cycle, what is the opponent's like elixir. Like most of the times he's spot on and he knows exactly like what to do in, yeah, basically every situation. That's why I love watching like these replays, because you guys can see like how to almost perfectly play Logbait. Like I don't think we saw many mistakes in today's video. So Rocket being played on top of the Elixir Collector already got a ton of damage with the Goblin Barrel on the left side, all the way, like the towers all the way to down to 846 HP. And it looks like Arhat wants to play his Golem. Okay, there you go. He goes with Golem. So let's see what Ryley does. Okay, he instead of pressures decides to go with a Knight in the same lane from the back. So that's a good thing to note. Like instead of, I think a lot of people, especially like maybe beginners when using, for example, Logbait, when they see like a big elixir advantage, for example, or no, excuse me, investment, for example, Golem, for example, I don't know, Lava Hound, they decide to like fully pressure and spend a lot of elixir. It's not always necessary. Like sometimes it's important as well to try and defend as good as possible. So let's see what Ryley does. In this case, the Barbarians on the left side are getting quite a lot of damage. Tesla's being played on defense, Goblin Gang to try and distract those Barbarians, Ice Spirit as well. He doesn't have much elixir though. Okay, nice. He just got the Knight in time, down in time, and then he cycled back to another log. So pretty good defense. 30 seconds left. Arhat does have a big elixir advantage, but there's not really much he can do, to be honest. I mean, his deck cycles insanely awkward, and he has a really like expensive deck. So Princess being used on defense. Tesla comes down as well. He's probably gonna arrow the Princess, but I think Ryley could even rocket on defense. Let's see what he does. Okay, he goes with an Evo Knight. Evo Knight is extremely tanky. Like against minions, against Musketeer, against those type of units, it's extremely good. Log gets an insane amount of value, and that's gonna be GG. So awesome gameplay by Ryley. Very solid single elixir against this heavy deck, knowing that his cycle is very awkward. He just got, yeah, insane interactions there. So that's gonna be it for today's video. A little bit longer as usual, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to smack the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, feel free to subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in one of my next videos. Take care, guys.